So the answers are all over the place. I'm not really sure what the question is, but I'll just address a question that's kind of been thrown up at me publicly on Facebook, prior to answering, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to tell this community that I absolutely 100% every school district with families living in the confines of the village of Port Jefferson, which includes Coxwell, Three Village, and the Port Jefferson Union Free School District, where I graduated, where my brothers, my siblings graduated, where my children graduated from, where my brother's children are currently attending. So of course I support the school district and want it to succeed. As mayor, what I feel like I can do to help is continue to collaborate with the existing things that we've been doing, support events and activities where village resources are needed. We will also collaborate with the district on infrastructure issues, maintenance, flooding, et cetera, et cetera. Number 3, and most importantly, I established the Power Plant Working Group in 2023, ensuring that the village has a seat at the table where discussions are taking place right now on how to repower, repurpose the plant. 60 cents of that revenue goes to the school district. 60 cents on the dollar, 10 cents goes to the village.
Go to the individual candidates with the specific questions, and we'll start with you, Bob. What specific items have you implemented in the last 2 years of service that have made tangible differences with the quality of life for Port Jeff residents?
Well, first thing that comes to my mind is 2 years ago I promised that I would be more accessible to everyone, and I've done that by starting my Saturday sit-downs. Again, I'm right upstairs, meet up there once a month. I announce that when I'm going to be up there. People come by. Sometimes they shoot the breeze, sometimes they have actual questions about the village, actual concerns, and it's an informal way for me to just get together with everybody, open door policy, and just answer their questions, find out their needs, and bring it back to the board, whatever it may be. But again, I'm available to everybody. I promised I would be available to everybody, and I'm keeping that promise.
Okay, to you, Julie. Over the past weeks, you've been attacked by supporters and committee members tied to certain candidates, continuing to attack you in the healthy conversation of Port Jefferson Facebook group. If elected and those same candidates also win, would you still be willing to work with them for the good of the village?
Well, first of all, I don't think that page is very healthy. They should definitely change the name. Second of all, yes, I would gladly work with any single person elected, no matter what they say about me or what they have done to me. That is just my character. I forgive.
I'm not sure who this writer is, but your campaign literature tells me nothing. So many misstatements never give specifics. How will you move forward with the fluff public referendum? How will you partner with nonprofits? How will you increase foot traffic for our business community?
You're going to have to repeat that one, please, Leah.
I don't know.
My campaign materials say nothing. You all have my campaign materials. I believe it was handed out, so you can judge for yourself on that. I think there's a lot of information on there, and I'm happy to give them out. In fact, when I knock doors, I've been giving out my personal cell phone number for anyone who has any questions about my position on any issues. I feel like tonight I've stood up here, I've answered every question directly and to the point. I've been very informative and given you all the information that you need, and anyone in this audience that wants to talk to me further can call that cell phone number anytime, day or night, and I will answer your questions and concerns and address all of them. Thank you.
This village does not lack passion. Lauren, do you think it's important to show appreciation to the village employees and volunteers who report to you as mayor? And if so, how do you do so? Do you want me to repeat
That's
that?
the layup. Come on.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
The layup. Okay.
I got the question.
Go with it.
From the day I stepped into Village Hall, opening up the front to back door and letting the residents come in freely, come and go freely, the employees have said they have felt like there has been a black cloud coming off away from Village Hall. So far, what we've done for our employees, we have cleaned up Village Hall. We hired a cleaning service that cleaned it. It was dusty as hell. There was dirt all over the place. We changed out the rugs and carpets. We painted, thanks to a grant from the Justice Clerk. And we have made their quality of life in the building much, much better. We moved code from downtown to DPW so that they could deploy right from the location where they pick up their cars, eliminating a 45-minute delay between deployment and returning back to DPW at the end of the day. Okay, thank you.
Matt, should the mayor be re-elected, how can you assure the residents that you could perform your duty as trustee to get things accomplished in a non-combative manner?
So the mayor gets a question about handing out lollipops and balloons. It's called a little bit short, it's not little bit short. And me, you want to know how I can work with Lauren if I'm elected, because you said I was what? You deserve me. You need me. This village needs a voice for the people. If anybody just heard this last two questions, that was interesting. They told me that there was going to be a slant in the questioning here tonight. And I said, no, that can't possibly be. But boy, oh boy, after the lollipop balloon question and your literature says nothing, I guess they were right. But I'm going to take the high road here, and I will work with whoever's elected. You know, fortunately for me, Bob Giuliano was a gem to me. He met with me, he gave me some really good advice about walking this village. Stan Laux had met with me month after month, helping me with my campaign. Trustee Hill has been a gem, really helping me and guiding me on what the needs of this village really is about. And in meeting all of you people, it's been fantastic. Thank you very much.
know all are said and speak of many things.
All right. Well, running for trustee was a decision I didn't take lightly. I was encouraged to wait. Quoted, "Let me get you involved in the inner workings first. It'll be better if you run next year." But I knew in my heart that leadership isn't about waiting your turn. It's about showing up when your community needs you. I'm here now because Port Jefferson matters to me. This is why I'm running. I have been told what to say, what not to say, who I should associate with, and even who I shouldn't be friends with. I was even warned, quoted, "I don't want to have to hurt you or your campaign." I was even offered support. "Do this and I'll help you. I'll have someone door knock for you. They're really good at it." But I didn't want to do what they told me to do, and I didn't back down. Even got to the point where a certain individual refused to sign my petition. Not because they didn't believe in me, but because they were told by someone else not to, that asked me if they should sign, and the individual standing next to me said no. This is not how a community works. This is not how democracy should operate. This is nonsense, and it needs to stop, no matter who wins this election. I'm not afraid to stand up, and I'm not afraid to say no when it isn't right. I'm not afraid to say yes when I know it serves the greater good. I'm not here for politics, I'm here for the people of the village. Misinformation being spread to manipulate and divide this community will never stand in my book. Port Jefferson is home. Maybe I haven't lived here for 40 years, but this is where I'm raising my family, this is where I support my local businesses, and this is where I spend time building planning and getting involved through community efforts, and conversations with residents. I believe in transparent, smart planning, and I strongly support a referendum when it needs to be done for major decisions. The people deserve a voice. There might be things I'm not familiar with, but I'm willing and ready to advance myself through research, learning, and asking the right questions. That's what real leadership looks like. Being open and teachable and doing the work. We can preserve the charm of this village and build something even better through smart, sustainable growth, a thriving business district, safer streets, and stronger connections with our schools, our seniors, and our families. This is not just about maintaining what we have, it's about improving for the next generation. We won't always agree, and that's okay. What matters is how we come together in respect, with collaboration, integrity, regardless of political party. I am strong enough to lead and sincere to listen.
So let me start by saying, first of all, thanking everybody on the panel here. You heard some passionate people. We might not all agree about everything, but I think every single person up here feels strongly about the village, and they feel that what they want to do is best for the village. So I applaud everybody up here. So having said that, I hope in the time we spent together, I've given you reasons to re-elect me as trustee. I have the needed experience to help shape the future of our village. As trustee, I'll continue to protect and defend village zoning and planning laws and decisions. Assure that taxes, tax rates, assessment rates are equitable, sensibly, and sensibly structured. Foster and promote a strong, long-term partnership with local village businesses to maintain and grow the commercial tax base, which will minimize the tax burden on village residents. Continue my monthly Saturday sit-downs to meet informally with village residents to discuss issues or problems they may be experiencing. And I will advocate for all residents to address quality of life issues. Advance and maintain open communication. Village government must prioritize complete sharing of information with all residents, assuring that your concerns are heard, considered, and acknowledged. Resident inclusion is imperative. It's an imperative point that will be and must be maintained. Sustain and increase easy access to village information. Good government should be open, sharing, and two-way. Information should be accessible, current, clear, and significant. Continue to nurture, honor, and promote volunteer residents. Exercise strong fiscal discipline and good government management practices to limit and ease taxpayer burden. Ensure responsible management of village budget to sensibly provide services that meet the needs of all residents. And if that means you need a sharper scalpel, then we'll get a sharper scalpel. Maintain and improve the village's physical appearance and open green space. Encourage and strengthen responsible environmental stewardship in our village to ensure the best possible village for our future generations. Experience matters, and I have the experience to steward, shape, and improve the village. Thank you.
This might not be a typical closing, but I endorse Bob Giuliani. He is a gentleman with class and dignity and deserves another term. But I'd like to talk about things that we didn't get addressed. I thought we were going to have serious discussions this evening about the country club, about the lesson. If I didn't bring it up, we would have discussed it. We're talking about balloons and lollipops. Why don't we talk about real issues that are in this village, like the board of governors that the mayor established in this community that violated the open meetings law time and time again, and when we went to the mayor and asked for relief, we got nothing. Let's talk about and I'm going to talk a little bit about the golf course for a minute. Let's talk about the $300 special assessment that has minimized our resident discount at the course. I spoke to Trustee Erginski and Treasurer Gafka, and they said we needed a capital reserve fund. Instead, what we got is a $300 special assessment that they're using to pay operating expenses, because when they realized there were guidelines for a capital reserve fund, they just pushed it into just general operating expenses, subsequently minimizing the reduction. The residents in this community get a 40% reduction at the course. For this year, we got a 20% reduction, and we should all thank Mayor Shepro for that. Now, the Board of Governors is constituted with more non-residents. So if you live in Smithtown, East Setauket, or Miller Place, you run our golf course. It's amazing to me that we have gone to the board time and time again asking for relief and have not gotten any. Stan Louch wrote bylaws. And in his bylaws, what he wrote was they were going to be elections. And curiously, those bylaws were never adopted, because those elections were going to start pretty soon, and we're going to start to move out some of the non-residents out of their offices because they have just violated the open meetings laws for so long. How did we not discuss the power plant? I mean, it's just amazing to me. This is a major issue in our community. And if I didn't bring it up, we would have never discussed it. How did we not discuss the school district and the current victims fund? Now, we all talk about supporting the school. Well, this administration should be lobbying Albany to support the funding, to help get additional funding for the school district to take care of that victims fund as much as we could get. None of that was discussed this evening. To me, I'm glad I did not take an ad in TBR and waste my money, because I have to be honest, I was very disappointed with this debate tonight. Because first of the conduct of the people, this is not acceptable. We are a nice group of people in a community. We should act with class and dignity, not this nonsense victimhood. I'm sorry, but thank you very much, and I hope I can win your vote.
Thank you. Tonight I stand here to ask for your vote so we can continue to do the hard work on behalf of the residents of this village. And think of the song, "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel when you listen to me read off this list. We improve the quality of life in the village by reforming code enforcement, installed new leadership, now the department adheres to ordinance enforcement written in the village code. We eliminated firearms in compliance with New York State law. We strengthened collaboration with the Suffolk Police and reestablished and reinvigorated and recruited for a new public safety advisory council. We addressed long-standing facilities issues and deferred maintenance throughout the village. Unlocked Village Hall, repairing every single roof in every building that the village owns, we had to fix. New floors, walls, ceiling tiles in the Public Works building, spackling, painting, cleaning, and installing new carpet into the former code enforcement space that had not been touched ever. Instituted weekly cleaning services in the Village Hall. Instituting village-wide storm drain cleanout, a project that is being paid for by a FEMA grant. Streamlining village operations for better resource management. Moved the Parks trailer from Barham Avenue to the DPW yard. Then to East Beach for summer staff. Now Parks crew leaders work out of 88 North Country Road with DPW. We moved code enforcement from the second floor space in Village Hall to 88 North Country Road. All employees that deploy to the field in the village vehicles report to that building. We moved the treasurer's office to the former code enforcement office. We are moving the planning and building department into the treasurer's office for better resident access to staff. Relocation is underway. There's a thorough evaluation of all records in Village Hall for retention and removal to clear out clutter. The walkway restoration and replacement in downtown parks. We cleaned out decades of overgrowth and weeds on East Beach Road, retaining wall planters, and planted annuals at a wholesale cost, not retail. We eliminated parking administrator position for a savings of $200,000 a year and deployed tasks to existing staff. We directed a complete fiscal overhaul, which I identified. We brought in a new grants writer, and I want to give a shout out to one of our residents, Gary Zamek, because he is the one who introduced us to Lisa Maddow, who has single-handedly, well, with help from the treasurer, myself, clerk, and everybody, but we pulled back $1.5 million in grants. Made village government more welcoming and transparent. We've established and reinstituted essential village committees through the Make a Difference program. We codified the inaugural Budget and Finance Committee. We created our first ever ethics board, restored Public Safety Advisory Council, reinstalled the parking committee. You get it. We didn't start the fire.
Port Jefferson is not just where we live, it's who we are. It's our pride, our history, our future. And I'm not just running to manage this village, I'm running to revive it, to bring back the heart and soul of our community. To make our neighborhood safer, I will create a professional, accountable public safety department that gets officers where they need to be faster and works with Suffolk County Police. Our officers will be trained, transparent, and rooted in community policing values, not just patrolling, but connecting with all of you. We'll use Suffolk County's real-time crime center and code red alerts to keep residents informed and protected with very clear standards for what triggers that alert. No more guesswork, just safety. But public safety is just one part of the story. We must revitalize our local economy. I will launch a Shop Port First initiative that rewards residents for spending locally with punch cards, First Friday events, and customized village app showing where to shop, eat, park, and play. We'll streamline permitting, hold regular business roundtables, and support small business growth with smarter parking solutions like employee designated lots, shuttle services, and incentives for off-site parking partnerships. We will pursue smart development, not just growth, but purposeful growth, redeveloping blighted areas with charm, character, and oversight, while strengthening our tax base with thoughtfully designed mixed-use housing for students, nurses, young professionals, etc. We'll implement architectural review, density controls, and green space protections, all guided by public input from you guys. At the Country Club, we will open the doors wide, adding events, programs and pickleball, exploring a swimming pool option, making it a place for all of Port Jefferson and the residents, not just a privileged few. It must become a self-sustaining community asset that reflects our values and our families, including our children. We'll also bring clarity and accountability to the bluff, commissioning a full return on investment analysis to compare continued stabilization with managed retreat and rebuild. This should never be a one-direction conversation. The people deserve facts and a voice. And as we face inevitable loss of life or revenue, we must think boldly, pursue grants, share resources with our schools, and draw in new families, because our schools and our village rise together. We are not competing, we are partners with our school district. We'll create joint family programming, mentorships, and a new level of collaboration to strengthen both institutions. I will govern with transparency, empathy, and resolve. I will launch One Port Jefferson as more than a slogan, but as a reality. This new commission will bring every voice to the table. Disagreements will not divide us, they will sharpen our focus. The election is about preserving what makes Port Jefferson special while boldly preparing our future. I'm Kathy Ann Snaven, and I humbly ask for your vote.
We have now met, if we haven't known before, all of the candidates. We have been here tonight in the interest of democracy, regardless of our leanings. I think that we should all congratulate ourselves for coming out here and listening and participating in applauding. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the panel and the support from Port Jefferson Chamber of Commerce and the civics. Thank you for the timer, who probably should have been wearing a chest protector, and especially Max. Thank you, thank you. And heartfelt thank you and appreciation to those willing to withstand the slings and arrows of public reaction. Congratulations to you.